This episode is brought to you by Fox One. Watch all 104 matches of the FIFA World Cup live in 4K for just $19.99 a month with 3 days free. Build your own multi-view, choose up to 3 streams, and follow player spotlights. Stay on top of every moment with live stats, highlights, and instant replays. The FIFA World Cup, streaming live on Fox One. Offers are subject to change. See fox.com for complete terms and conditions.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Parade Day in New York City, and I've been saying this for a long time now because it's true that Craig Carton is the voice of New York sports. He's the best we've got, and he's one of the best ever. He really is. He's entertaining, he's smart, and he loves our teams, and he's doing a great job afternoons on The Fan. He's got this great Fox Sports podcast every morning, him and Tyrone Johnson. I think I got his name right. That guy's really funny. They're great together. So the bottom line is, if you want sports in New York, you go to Craig Carton. That's it. So, Craigie, thank you for doing this on this big Thursday morning. How are you?
Good yontif to you. Yes, doing great. Doing great. Getting ready for the mayhem today. You know what's interesting about the Knicks? A lot of people don't know this. The New York Knicks did not get a parade in 1973 when they won the championship. They did not get a parade in 1970 when they won a championship because the mayor at the time, Mayor Lindsay, thought it was a silly expense and the cost was far too much. So in 70 and 73, they had a party. One of the parties was at Gracie Mansion. I think that was 1970. And then in 1973, they had a party at City Hall and one of the New York airports. But I don't know which one, either LaGuardia or Kennedy. But this will be the very first parade the New York Knicks have ever had in New York City.
That's a true story, folks. Championship number 3, but as Craig just pointed out, ticket tape parade number 1. And, you know, a lot of people, unfortunately, you did such a tremendous job last week, Craig. I played all of it with Knick owner Jim Dolan. I loved it when he said that Mamdani's not really a Knick fan. I was aroused. I'm not going to lie to you. But you also did a great job of pointing out the watch parties and the policing. And Dolan talked about Jessica Tisch and all that stuff. And I think what people are really interested in today, especially outside New York where they hate our city, is how will New York behave? Because I know that thousands and thousands had a great time and behaved during these watch parties during the championship run, but it only takes a couple of bad apples to make us look like Los Angeles and Detroit, and we had that. So I do think people are going to pay attention to how we behave, not during the parade necessarily, but when it disperses afterwards.
Yeah, so let me just back up the truck first. Most guys your age buy a little blue pill when they need to be aroused if they can't do it on their own because of a low testosterone. You just wait for somebody to take a shot at Mamdani, and that turns you on.
Yeah, it does.
You should bottle that somehow and sell it to all of your listeners. I'm sure there'd be a robust market for the 7-year-olds in Sarasota that love your show online. Now,
funny.
what's that, honey? Having a tough night? Oh, Mamdani sucks. Bang, she's ready to go. Thank God you're not single. Oh, my Lord.
That's true. I wouldn't need a girlfriend or a woman. I'm good.
Are there conservative talk show bars for happy hours where you're just going to find like a gray-haired saying, talking smack about the mayor so that you can get turned on? I mean, I don't even want to see your red tube searches either. Now, to get back to the parade for a second, I don't think we're going to have any issues. Look, if we say, let's just say 2.5 million people, you line up along the parade route, which ends over at City Hall on the backside, One Police Plaza, et cetera. If 10, 20-year-old kids decided to drink too much and get in a fight, is that indicative of New York? No, it's not. I also think, 10 o'clock in the morning versus 11 o'clock midnight, at nighttime, you get different crowds, obviously. Broad daylight versus nighttime. I don't think there's going to be buses burning and people destroying things. And I think New York City will represent itself very, very well.
I think it will, too. I mean, at least I'm hoping it is, but that Mamdani stuff.
Just through the time of day, remember, I'm not excusing, the hooligans, and let's just say a couple hundred of them are being jackasses out there. But at midnight, you get a different crowd than you get at 10 o'clock in the morning.
True.
You just do.
No, that's true.
And we've never had issues with the Thanksgiving Day parade, which is early in the morning, the St. Patty's Day parade. There have been some parade issues, yes, historically, but not at 10 o'clock in the morning and not to celebrate a team's championship. So will there be some isolated incidents in the next couple hours? Maybe, sure, but nothing of the scope of the cities that you referenced at all.
Okay, I think you're right. I hope you're right. And at the end of the day, that will be part of whether or not this was a successful day. Because, listen, for guys that are real Knicks fans, and a lot of these folks aren't, I know I keep harping on that because I'm a pretty miserable guy. I'm becoming like I'm in my old age. Yeah, I know.
I heard you yesterday. I don't get it. To me, the more the merrier. Like, do I really care? You were talking yesterday about, you got like a dozen, hot 19-year-olds all wearing their Knicks shirts with their belly buttons pierced, hanging out.
Adrian.
You have a problem with that?
I do. Because I'm not 19. I'm almost 60, and I'm married for 34 years.
And your beautiful daughter's older than 19. My daughter's 25.
Right.
I don't want to see my daughter or your daughter dressed like that, but I hate Mom Donnie. I'm turned on now. Look at those hot 19-year-olds. Like,
it does.
Again, I don't feel that way. But...
I know you don't, but it really bothers me. I don't know why. Because I know, and I've been saying this all week, that these kids aren't watching the Knicks and the Grizzlies in November or the Knicks and Wizards in December. I am, and they're not.
But by the way, half of my colleagues on the fan aren't watching them in November and December. I don't know. To me, I got great joy out of it. And if you tell me that half the people at the parade are Fugazi Knicks fans, so what? Like, this is a great moment, I think, for New York City. I know it's going to be cliche and you're going to mock me for it, but this is why sports is so great. Sports and music, the only two things that bring people together universally, regardless of socioeconomic background, religious background, political beliefs. Sports is a great unifier, much like music is. And the more the merrier, man. Let's kill it today and let's make this one of the greatest parades of all time.
Well said. This is the amazing afternoon host at WFAN, Hall of Famer, also Fox Sports 1 television star. This is Craig Carton. Okay, so let's get down to the players. I had Jay Wright on this week, and he actually admitted to me, this was great. He admitted to me, and I think he did the same thing with Beningo on his podcast, that he never thought Brunson would be like this. He thought Brunson would be a really good player, and in a spot in Dallas where Doncic was the guy, where Brunson could be that second guy. But he was surprised that Brunson wanted to be the guy in New York City. And, of course, he said, I never could have imagined Brunson putting in 45 in the closeout game in a series. So even Jay, who coached Brunson and Mikal Bridges, and, of course, Josh Hart to 2 championships, DiVincenzo, the former Knick, to 1 championship, even he was surprised at how great Jalen Brunson has turned out to be.
Yeah, it's interesting that he would say that, obviously, because Jalen won 2 championships with him as coach in Villanova. Mikal Bridges was with him for both, and Josh Hart was there for the second one, not the first one.
Right.
It's interesting, and I think Jalen Brunson has talked about this many times, where if you go back in time, his preference was to stay in Dallas, right? But Dallas didn't make him the offer that he wanted to stay there. I also think it tells you what happens when you've got a global superstar playing to your right that everybody is forced to defer to. In this case, I'm talking about Luka Doncic, the great player that's now on the Lakers that was on the Dallas Mavericks. When Jalen came to New York, the Knicks didn't and still don't have that guy next to him. So I think it was much easier for him to take on the responsibilities he took on as not just the floor general, but there's nobody on the team for him to defer to. And I think that's part of why we saw him so quickly become the go-to guy. But I don't think if you ask Jalen Brunson outside of his dreams as a kid, could he have ever imagined in the NBA scoring 45 points in a closeout game when the only other guy historically to do that is Michael Jordan, who I think is the greatest of all time.
Yep, agreed.
So I think we're being realistic about it. What Jay is saying is what Jalen would have told you at some point, early in his NBA career. Be hard to imagine doing that. But now he's a bona fide superstar. Now, when you talk about, let's just arbitrarily say, the 5 best players in the sport, I agree he's not the fastest. He's not the tallest. He doesn't jump the highest. I don't even know if he can dunk. He doesn't have the best jump shot. He's not the best defensive player. But you tell me somebody else in the league today, down a point, 10 seconds to go, that you'd rather have the basketball in their hands over Jalen Brunson.
You know what's funny? You just described Derek Jeter. Derek Jeter wasn't.
Yeah, Derek Jeter, great
comparison. He
wasn't.
He wasn't even the best shortstop on the team. Alex Rodriguez was. Yet he was the guy, and they were both nicknamed Mr. Clutch, I believe, Jeter and Brunson. So if you're in the same sentence as Michael Jordan and or Derek Jeter, I think you're doing pretty well.